Alright guys, so tonight we are going to make chili and cornbread for my family. I wanted to make one of my signature dishes, so I am making my hearty sweet potato chili as well as my sweet cornbread. So let's get started. To get started, we need the proper cookware. And so even though I am on vacation, I did bring my cast iron with me. I've got the 10-inch skillet. This is going to be for my cornbread. So what I've got is I've got 2 eggs, milk. This is supposed to be softened butter. I may have overdone it just slightly in the microwave, so now I have melted butter. This is my flour, which tonight I'm actually using gluten-free flour. I don't think anything is going to go wrong, but we're going to see. My mom is celiac, and so I want to make the cornbread gluten-free so she can still have some with her chili. I've got my cornmeal, and then we've got baking powder, sugar, because this is a sweet cornbread, much to the chagrin of like everyone in the South. But you know, this is the one thing where my Yankee roots are going to win through every single time. I need to have sweet cornbread. All right, and the really fun part is because this is a condo and not my kitchen, I don't have a blender or a mixer. I have a whisk. So this might be slightly lumpy cornbread, but we're gonna make it work. Okay, so to get started, we're actually going to blend the butter and the sugar. This is going to look a little bit different from what it's supposed to look like, just for the fact that my butter is melted. It should be nice and fluffy, but we're gonna make it work. All right, and again, you know, it's not gonna like whip up as much as I would like for the fact that I'm using a whisk and not a mixer. But this is the stage where you want to try to incorporate some air, because this is really where like the fluffiness with your baked goods comes from. All right, now we're going to add our eggs, and don't hate me, these are not farm fresh, they are store-bought. And knowing my parents, they're probably the cheap store-bought. All right, so we're just gonna mix in 1 egg at a time, because we really wanna make sure that egg is completely incorporated into our creamed mixture, all right? This isn't even a good whisk. Like, it's a plastic whisk. It's bending under pressure. But it's all right. We just roll with the punches. Okay. What I tend to prefer to do is like, I'll add a little bit of my dry ingredients. So that it gets real thick. All right. A little milk. And then I also need some salt. So I'm gonna do, well, actually, I think I'm supposed to do a ½ teaspoon of salt. I should have written down my recipe, huh? Okay. All right, so I wanna make sure, especially with that baking powder, I wanna make sure that it is well incorporated. A lot of people tell you that you can, you know, sift that baking powder into the flour. It's certainly not a bad idea. Okay. So, with that done, again, anytime you're using cast iron, you really need to preheat it a little bit. So I'm gonna let this get kind of warm. It's like not at all right now. And again, I normally would put lard in my pan to kind of coat it, make it non-stick before I put my my cornbread in, but I don't have any lard, so I'm going to use the ghee again. So if a little bit of it does end up like on the top of the cornbread, And I've got butter in the cornbread anyway. It really just, you know, those flavors kind of meld. When I end up with extra lard, and the lard ends up kind of on the cornbread, it ends up with a little bit more of a pork taste. Use a bowl scraper. I don't even think there is a bowl. Oh, there is a bowl scraper. Look at that. You never know. You just never know. If it was an Airbnb, Airbnbs usually have pretty good like stocked kitchens. I mean, I realize it depends on the owner, but this is a timeshare. It's a blue-green, and so it's not. I mean, it's minimal because most people are just coming for vacation. They're doing a lot of eating out. They're not doing a whole lot of cooking, unless you're my family, and you know, we don't like to spend more than we absolutely have to. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. This is going to go straight in the oven.
A few moments later.
So the cracks that you see are a good sign, but we want to make sure that a knife placed in the center comes out clean, or toothpick if you got toothpicks. So let me take a look here, and looks beautiful. All right, so that is done.